I'm good, really good. I
All
feel
right. You seem
love
like you seem
lovely
better. You're feeling better.
too.
That's good.
Yes, I'm feeling much better. Thank you for asking. I've been kind of letting my followers know my state of health. not not completely, but
But I mean, I like you feeling better from just the surgery and everything.
oh yeah,
So let's update people about the books. Now the book, the finally book three is going to be out, right?
four book.
Four. Well, I always get the other book four is finally going to come out
Right.
on Tuesday.
Yes.
So we basically are ready to go. Let's get people excited one more time. Go ahead and
Yes,
tell us.
it's a really good book. It's one of my favorite characters. Of course, when I'm writing a book, they're always my favorite characters. But Henry, he liked to go to the men's club that they went to, play cards and get a little something on the side with one of the women. Um, but when he fell in love with Helen, um, he still had that appetite, only it had increased because of his affection for her. So, I mean, there's more sex, I think, in this book than in the other three, because that's Henry. He's just a horny devil.
So that's the perfect timing, going into the spring to pick up this book and read it. Sounds like.
Yes, it is a good book. It's a really good book. I'm kind of concerned about the very opening of the book because there is some sexual it's not violent in the terms that there's a any kind of battery that goes with it, but there's domination because the maid needs a job, and in order to keep her job she has to satisfy the butler. And so I don't know. I think it kind of tells the audience what women, particularly women in the service industry, had to suffer and endure in order, and oftentimes in order to keep a job. You know,
Mm. And
because the characters are fictional, but the treatment is pretty much based on fact.
and that's going to surprise people potentially in that time period, especially, and to think about that character based on hearing about that
Right,
and
right.
the stress. So it's going to shock people in certain ways, excite people in other ways, and learn more about Henry. Who's Henry remind you of
Oh
the
gosh, I don't know. He's a really good guy. He's very humble. He likes to have a good time. Um, and when he went to the balls and all the galas, he would dance with every woman. But he saw Helen at one of the galas, and that was it. Um, he practically went to the ends of the earth to find her because she gets abducted and put into slave labor, which wasn't really talked about too much. Were varying kinds of it, but it was certainly there. And it still is today. We hear about women being abducted and taken to countries where they're treated in really vile ways, and smuggling people, bodies. I don't understand how anybody can do that. I couldn't sleep at night. Well, I wouldn't do it anyway, but if I even, it'd be hard to sleep at night knowing you'd committed such a sin.
exactly, and it makes you think in so many
Which,
ways.
but these people didn't look at their human compatriots as human. It's like the Germans during World War II, the way they did the Jews. They didn't even consider them to be human. Um,
Right.
I just it's kind of scary that it still goes on today.
No doubt, no doubt. What do you think people are going to enjoy most about the book?
Um, it's such a great love story. And Helen, how she's so smart and how she persevered and how she got these women together and tried to get them all to rally as a group. And then when Henry finally found her, and she was she had amnesia because she had been beaten really badly, and but she did escape. That's the good news. But she didn't know who he was, and Henry just he he said, "Okay, you don't have anybody, so you have me." And back then, if you didn't have your father, you better be married, because without somebody to stand for you, then you were lost. So he said, we're really close to Gretna Green, which is right over the border in Scotland, where they would have over the anvil marriages. He said, I'm going to marry you. And he said, do you have a problem with it? She didn't know who he was, but she thought he was nice and he was very good looking. So she said, yeah, I'll do it. And he took really good care of her while she healed. And finally, she got her memory back and remembered. Well, she had fallen in love with him when she couldn't remember who he was. So when her memory came back, it was just double the affection.
Wow.
A good story. It's a really good story. And I love the ending. It's just so sweet.
And then you're finished. You're starting book 5 as we speak, right?
Yes, yes. Yes, Robert Norborn is a Duke, and he's introduced in book 3 with John. He lives out there where they ended up buying property, and he's kind of a loner. But you'll find out when you read the book why he's a loner.
Right, exactly. And why finding out why he's a loner is an interesting thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, and there's a fiery redhead in this story too.
All right. So the best place to go. But the other cool thing is Mina Valentin .com. Now you can purchase the books, get autographed signed copies of your books by going there. So
I mean, you can still go and get the electronic copies.
Yeah.
Those are available, and I I I think for a lot of people that reading on your iPad or your Kindle or whatever they call it is is a lot of very convenient. But if you want a book that you can hold, like my older sister, she can't read a book on her iPad. She has to have the book in her hand, and I know that a lot of people are like that. So if you want the book, I'll go ahead and sign it for you, and I'll have it to you in no time.
All right. Best place to go. MinaValentine.com. Appreciate it, Mina.
Yay!
That was a special simulcast.